This week on Wonders of the Western Slope, Dan Cianca goes ghost hunting.
Well, kind of. You'll see what we mean after watching his report from the historic town of Ashcroft.
High up in the Elk Mountains, south of Aspen, sits an old mining town bursting with history and maybe even a few ghosts. No one lives here these days, but there are a few guides to show you around, like Morgana.
We are currently in the ghost town of Ashcroft. It's located in the upper Castle Creek Valley. It used to be a silver mining town back in the 1880s. It was only around for about 7 years in its heyday.
It turned out that the area's rich silver deposits were rather shallow.
At the height of the town in 1883, there were between 2,000 and 3,000 people living here.
And now the only footsteps you'll hear are your own. Or maybe, if you get lucky, from a ghost.
We're going inside. Are there any ghosts in here?
Not that I've seen.
I've heard rumor of ghosts in this area, though. Is that true?
I think they only come out at night.
So I didn't see any ghosts, but Morgana showed me around town, including a look inside the Blue Mirror Saloon.
The things we have here are just kind of things that we've either found lying around the town or have just kind of been donated over the years. When the Aspen Historical Society came up to kind of preserve the place, a lot of the buildings were falling down and they weren't just structurally sound. So a lot of the buildings have been restored just so they're at least upright and standing.
Not all the buildings are originals either. In fact, a few were built during filming of a popular 1950s television show.
Back to the days of the gold rush as Sergeant Preston with his wonder dog Yukon King meets...
Bill Kite of the White River National Forest says the town's historical value was recognized early on.
This special use permit is the oldest special use permit in the Forest Service for a historic site, and Ashcroft is on the National Register of Historic Places.
In partnership with the White River National Forest, the Aspen Historical Society now maintains the town.
This area would be developed now into a ski area had not Ted Ryan had the vision to preserve it. And part of that preservation hinged on the fact that he wanted this town site to be managed by the Aspen Historical Society. The history here is what really is the draw for people to come.
You think this is one of the wonders of the Western Slope?
I think this is one of the wonders of the Western Slope here at Ashcroft.
I do think Ashcroft is one of the wonders of the Western Slope. Not only is it a great historical site, but I think the Castle Creek Valley is one of the most scenic areas up here in the Rockies, and honestly, it's probably the best office view ever, so.
Well, you got a lot of history nestled in some incredible scenery, certainly making this area one of the wonders of the Western Slope. From Ashcroft, I'm Dan Cianca, KHCT News 8.